Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to be talking about the problem bomb baby. This is a FUBAR question, and the problem is you have to destroy a device named Doomsday using two types of bombs called match bombs and facula bombs. In order to destroy the device, you need an exact amount of bombs for suppose m number of match bombs and f number of facula bombs. But the thing is, you were able to get hold of only one bomb of each kind, one match bomb and one facula bomb. But you can still destroy the device using the self-replication property of the bombs. Given one match bomb and one facula bomb, you have to return how many replication iterations it would take to reach the required amount of bombs, M match bombs and F facula bombs. If the required number is not reachable by this self-replication process, you have to return the string impossible as an output. Now, the self-replication happens via two different processes. After every iteration, the match bombs can increase by the number of facula bombs and the facula bombs remains the same, or the match bombs remains the same and facula bombs increase by the number of match bombs. To explain this, let's suppose you have 3 match bombs and 2 facula bombs. At the end of an iteration, you could either have same 3 match bombs and 3 plus 2, 5 facula bombs, or 3 plus 2, 5 match bombs and 2 facula bombs. The replication process can be changed each cycle. To clearly explain this replication, let's suppose you have one match bomb and one facula bomb. After one iteration, you can have either two match bombs, one facula bomb, or one match bomb and two facula bombs. If you eliminate the story, the whole problem boils down to you are given two numbers m, f. Starting from 1, 1, you have to return the number of replicating iterations required to reach the numbers m and f. If it's not possible to reach the required numbers m, f from 1, 1, you have to return the string impossible as an output. One thing to keep in mind here is the numbers given m, f can be as big as 10 power 9. Now pause for a moment and think about the solution. To explain the approach, without loss of generality, let's assume m is the highest and f is the lowest. To reach the current value of the highest number, the lowest number would have been added to its previous value, and that would have been a one iteration. So to count the number of iterations, we can keep on subtracting the lowest number from the highest number till we reach either 1, 1. In that case, we'll return the number of iterations, or till we reach 0. In that case, we'll return the string impossible. But catch here is the numbers can be as big as 10 power 9. So what if we are given two numbers m, f as 10 power 9 and 1? We have to subtract for 10 power 9 iterations, which won't be feasible. So what we can do is, instead of directly subtracting the number and iterating over and over, we can just divide highest number using the lowest number and the quotient as the number of iterations, and the remainder can be taken as the lowest number and this can be taken as the highest number, and we proceed till we reach 1 or 0. The code for this is, here m, f are being given as strings, so we convert them to integers first and initialize the variable iterations as 0, and we take the maximum of m, f as m and minimum as f. While f not equals to 1, we keep on iterating. At any point, if we get f as 0, then the given numbers m, f are not reachable from 1, 1, and we return impossible as a result. Or else we divide the highest number using the lowest number and add the result to iterations and assign remainder to f and f value to m. We keep on looping till f equals to 1. When f equals to 1, let's say the m value is m, and to reach 1, 1, we still need m minus 1 iterations. So the total number of iterations needed from 1 comma 1 to m comma f is iterations plus m minus 1, and we return the string value as a result. Thank you.